Hello, Sam here, founder and owner of Samantha Wellness. I am an integrative nutrition health coach and professional wilderness guide. I have learned so much about food and how it feels in my body, and I just really want to share it with everyone I know. I started studying nutrition about 4 years ago now, and I did it because I was experiencing burnout in my career. I was working in outdoor education, requiring a lot of energy, and I just felt like I wasn't feeling the energy that I wanted. So I took a new path. I wanted to learn more about how food acted in my body, and I wanted to just feel better. Um, and then there's the weight going up and down, give or take 20 pounds since high school. Going to college, everyone gains weight. And then it just kind of continuing until I graduated. And anyways, yes, my weight has gone up and down. So I want to share with you all of the tips and tricks that I've learned in the last 4 years about increasing energy and sustainably losing weight. So let's get right into it. Let's see here. Eating for energy presentation. Okay, Eating for Energy, brought to you by me, Samantha Wellness. If you haven't seen my website yet, samanthawellness.com. Let's get into it. So, you are what you eat. The things that you eat become your blood, your cells, ultimately your thoughts and your feelings. So to do it so mindlessly like I did and so many people do is kind of crazy. And I think it's just that we don't understand our body chemistry. So thinking first, before we talk too much about food and the specifics, what would you do or your life be like if you had an abundance of energy? How would your life be different? Think about that for 1 minute. So hold on to that thought because we're going to show you how to get there. So food's going to increase or decrease our energy. Now this list and all these photos, they're things that decrease your energy. Soft drinks, alcohol, caffeine, surprisingly or not, too much meat, processed foods definitely, because they are chemicals in our food, milk, touchy subject I know, sugar for sure, and trans fat. So those are really things that you don't want to eat too much of. So I like to talk about everything in moderation, aiming for an 80-20 rule, 80% of what you eat being clean, whole food, and 20% of whatever you want, and finding a balance. So sadly today, more than 95% of all chronic diseases caused by food choice, toxic ingredients, nutritional deficiencies, and lack of physical exercise. So food choice is huge. You have a choice of what you feed your body with, and it's either going to do wonderful, great things and make you feel as you should in your body, or make you feel tired and low energy and lethargic and not want to get out of bed in the morning. So how you can increase your energy, starting with eating breakfast, preferably something with protein in it. Protein is going to keep you fuller longer and make your body feel more satisfied and give you the energy to get through the next meal or the next little snack. So something like a smoothie to go is better than nothing. This is a big issue. really anything is better than nothing. So if you don't eat breakfast, your body goes into sort of starvation or hibernation mode. So our ancestors didn't always have food available to them, and technically the human body can go up to 3 weeks without eating before you die of starvation. So it's a long time. I have a hard time skipping a meal. So I couldn't imagine going that long without eating, but your body can survive for that long. In order to do that, your body chemistry changes and you start using the stores, the fat that you put on for these type of emergencies. We lived in a very feast or famine type culture before the farming revolution. So our bodies are still function this way. So when you skip a meal, your body goes into a bit of a panic mode and thinks that it needs to hold on to everything. So whatever you eat next is going to actually hold on to as many calories as possible and turn it into fat to save it for the next time you don't eat. If you are eating regularly, well, then your body's going to burn those calories, and so you feel that energy and use up that energy instead of storing it. So it's so important to eat breakfast. High protein snacks. So protein is what really gives you your long-term energy. It's different for everyone how much protein you should eat. Roughly, you should be aiming for about 100 plus grams per day. It's not a huge issue that Americans have not getting enough protein because we do eat so much. Most people struggle with getting more nutrients that are necessary for body function, but protein is what's going to make you feel good. So I find nuts are best. I do have a roasted nut recipe in my blog that I love. And they are my go-to snack that I carry around. If nothing else, I carry a little container of nuts in my lunch or in my purse so that I have those accessible when I feel hungry and I need a boost to keep getting through the day. That is my go-to snack. So balance the protein with the other macronutrients, then you'll be golden. So your other macronutrients are carbohydrates and fat. So a balanced diet consists of protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Finding that balance. Your body needs all three of those things. So if you are feeling low and don't have a lot of energy, I would wonder and ask you, how many servings of greens do you eat a day? So it's important to eat your greens. Greens are full of vitamins and nutrients. They're great for improving circulation and lifting the spirit. They purify the blood and strengthen the immune system. The darker the green, the better it is for your body. So if you are having some, aim for at least two. 3 to 5 is my personal goal, what I feel best with. Servings a day. So a serving is about the size of your palm. And so since I've cleaned up my diet, I throw spinach in almost everything. I'll get organic baby spinach and I'll throw it into my scrambled eggs or fried eggs on the side, throw it into a smoothie. Really it just adds a lot of dense nutrients to any meals. I feel like you add spinach to anything. So that's something that I really started off with. And then I did experiment with kale chips that I love. And I have a recipe for that on my blog as well. If you haven't tried them yet, they're delicious. I tell you, you'll just be hooked and you can eat like a whole head of leafy kale. And when it turns into chips, it shrinks a ton. And they're delicious, although they do burn easily, so watch out for that. But yes, I love kale chips. So eat your greens whatever way you can. Get creative. Try to do it in a fun way. Cooking should be fun. I know it's a chore as well, but the more fun you can have with it, the more sustainable the changes that you will make will be. This is a good one. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. So before I clean up my diet, I never really read ingredient lists on the food products that I was buying. I would walk to the grocery store and mostly buy what's on sale. And honestly, no one ever really taught me how to grocery shop. My mom wasn't that big into cooking, so I really felt like I was left on my own to decide how to do this. And yeah, I didn't really know the ingredients. So check the ingredients on your food products. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. There are so many preservatives in all of our food now. And there's little research done about how it impacts your body and your health. We have unknowingly become experiments for food. So things to watch out for, especially processed sugar products, you really want to avoid. They are toxic for you. Your body does not digest that stuff very well. You're best off to avoid anything that you can't pronounce, or if you don't know what it is, because if you don't know what it is, your body probably doesn't know how to digest it very well. Hydrate. There is nothing more important than staying hydrated. Us humans are made of at least 70% water, so we're constantly losing that through sweat, through breathing, and our normal digestion. So you need to always be replenishing that. Now, women should be drinking 2 liters, men 3 liters a day. 2 liters, 8 cups. It doesn't sound like a whole lot. You have the whole day to drink it. Here is the secret to drinking water, because I talk about this a lot in my workshops, and all the women are like, oh my God, if I drank that much water, I would be having to go to the bathroom all the time, which is true, but here is the secret so you don't go to the bathroom all the time. Now, your body can only absorb up to 1 cup, so 250 milliliters of water every hour. So if you drink more than that 1 cup or 250 milliliters, then you'll pee out the rest, because your body can only absorb so much so fast. So that's the secret. Sip on your water all through the day and never drinking more than 1 cup at a time. And then you're going to feel hydrated. This, if you don't do this now, this is going to be the biggest difference that you will feel. So if nothing else, get a water bottle, carry it around with you, sip on the water all day long. And if you don't like drinking water, because I get that all the time, lots of my clients are like, oh, it's so plain and boring. Spruce it up, put some frozen berries in it, or cucumber, mint. Experiment with some herbs, any fruit really. Throw in some oranges or lemon, of course. Try to play around with it so that it's different and it's new and it's got flavor. But fruit juice and anything with caffeine, it's not going to hydrate you the same way. Caffeine and sugar is a diuretic, so it makes you have to go pee. You're not going to absorb the same amount of water. What does count as water, though, is herbal tea. So non-caffeinated herbal tea is just like drinking water. So if you're having a hard time with water, try some herbal tea. There's so many flavors out there. So give it a try. This is the biggest thing. It might be the biggest takeaway you would get from this webinar, the secret to drinking water. How much sugar are you consuming? So this is a big one, and it's mind-blowing if you haven't heard this before. So check the label of the food that you're eating and look at the sugar content. You will notice which I didn't, of course, because I wasn't looking at labels before I cleaned up my diet. But sugar is the only thing on a nutritional label that doesn't have a daily percentage, because there is no recommended daily dose of sugar. It used to be, way back, I feel like in the 60s, when sugary products really started becoming popular, was, oh, don't feed your children more than 10 grams of sugar a day. If you look at your food products, you'll be hard pressed to find something that has less than 10 grams per sugar in a serving. So that's what you want to look at. The serving size, is that the size or the amount you would normally eat? And then go down the label, check the sugar, how many grams of sugar are in that serving size. Divide the grams of sugar by 4, and that's going to show you or tell you how many teaspoons of sugar are in one serving of that product. And then think to yourself, would you ever sit down and put that many spoonfuls of sugar like in your coffee, or just eat, okay, so a pop, for example, it's got 48 grams of sugar in it. Divide that by 4, 8 teaspoons of sugar. Could you imagine sitting down and eating 8 teaspoons of sugar? Like, when you just think about that, I don't know, it makes my skin crawl a little bit, because your body can't digest that much. All the sugar has to go through your filtration system, your liver and your kidneys. You're making them work extra hard. And then your blood sugar spikes and you feel good for a little while. And then you crash and your body's like looking for the next hit of sugar, the next increase, the next spike in the blood sugar, because it triggers things in your brain that makes you feel good. Actually, it triggers some of the same areas of your brain as drugs or cocaine, is what it's compared to specifically. So that is why it's so addicting. You have it, and especially in large quantities like that, and without really realizing how much you're consuming, and it feels really good, and then you need more to trigger the same feelings. So sugar is a slippery slope. So I run sugar-free challenges. One just ended last week, to really look at this more closely and to pay attention to how it feels. Like, it's really experimental and interesting when you cut something out of your diet that you normally eat and just pay attention to how you're feeling on a regular basis, with and without that food. So, if you don't pay attention to how you're feeling, then you don't really get the full extent of what it's doing to your body. Because before I changed up my diet, I wasn't really thinking how I was feeling was based on what I was eating. I figured it was more based on like what's going on around me and emotion and all that. But your food plays such a big role, and that was a big takeaway for me, that what you eat has a huge influence on how you feel physically and mentally and emotionally. Move your body. So just moving is going to increase your energy. And I don't mean you need to go to the gym, 3 times a week. You just need to be able to move your body and have fun with it. Movement is going to release hormones, to make you feel good. And that's why people do exercise so much, because of the hormone release. But it also makes you feel good. Like, if you spend energy, it increases your energy. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's sort of how your body works. If you start to get your circulation moving, then you're going to feel more energetic. So, do something fun. Don't make it feel like work. Blare the tunes and dance around your kitchen. That's moving your body. Find an exercise class with a group that you like. I find others really motivate me. It's a lot harder to exercise on my own, I find, but with other people, then it doesn't feel like work as much. It's just a social, and it's fun. So you find something that you can move your body, have fun with it. It shouldn't feel like work. Self-care is so important to your energy. When you get low on energy, it's important to take care of yourself. Especially women, we're giving all the time. We are caretakers of the world, and you can't give from an empty cup. So you need to find ways to fill up your cup before you give, before you give yourself over to your families and your friends and the people who are asking for your energy. So it's so important to take care of yourself. Time to yourself is great. I have been playing around with meditation. Can't say I'm very good at it yet. It takes a lot of patience, but trying to sit and think about nothing. Set my timer for 3 minutes to start off. I'm up to 5 minutes so far. Clear your head and literally try to think about nothing. So if you can take care of yourself well, then you'll be able to take care of others, but you need to put yourself first. A big part of my self-care regime is going out into nature. I live in Dorset, Ontario, close to Algonquin Park, and I go out into nature a lot. It's at my doorstep, and that is really important for me, and just the release I get from that, the stress relief, is huge. So I actually started taking women out into the woods. The last 2 years I have been running a women's wilderness canoe and yoga retreat, which I love so much. It's a 3-day retreat, and we go out to a backcountry campsite, paddle in with all of our gear and everything we need. And we do yoga at the campsite, explore by canoe, and swim, and it's just amazing. So it's for women 30 to 70, for all ages and abilities. You don't have to know how to canoe or do yoga to do this trip. It's something that you can learn really quickly. I've taken lots of people out on canoe trips that have never paddled before. So if you are looking for escape into nature, this is perfect. I can't even describe the fulfillment I get from these retreats. It is just a total reset, and it makes you rethink your priorities and what's important to you, and it helps you to put yourself first, to connect to yourself and the community of women and connect to nature. It's one of the best feelings. So thinking about that, your health is a relationship between you and your body. So what kind of relationship do you want that to be? Relationships take work. And I know, especially as women, we are constantly putting ourselves down. We are our worst critic. And do it for yourself. That is an important reason why you should want to feel your best health and have as much energy in your life as you can. I just thought this was funny, so I threw it in. Life expectancy would grow by leaps and bounds if green vegetables smelled as good as bacon. I still eat bacon, just in moderation. Definitely not every day, maybe once a month or so. I especially love bacon and cabbage. So I've made this hot slaw recipe, it's called. Just put some bacon in a pan and then chop up some cabbage and cook it all together. And then you have this bacon cabbage side dish. It is delicious. And then when you add some greens to it, well, it all balances out. Everything in moderation. 80-20 rule. Oh, this is so true. The food you eat can be either the safest, most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. I don't feel like I need to explain that. So this is what I want for you now that you have watched to this far. I want you to create a goal for yourself that you can achieve in the next 2 weeks. So think about it. I gave you lots of tips throughout this webinar. And so just pick one or two that you can commit to for yourself. So making change to your habits is not about willpower. It's about having a vision and how you want to feel and support. So as a health coach, that's what I do, is support women who want to change their health, their lifestyle in a healthy way. Especially I focus on eating for energy, of course, and weight loss. But a health coach will hold you accountable and support you through it. So I have created an online program. It starts on Monday, so it is open right now. I am super excited about it. I put a lot of thought into the program about the changes I made to go from feeling burnt out and totally drained to now feeling the best I ever have, the most energy with the way I eat. And I wear a smaller size now than I did when I was in high school. I just feel like eating clean, eating whole food has, all just the extra weight that you carry around without realizing it or realizing it, but just not knowing how or why it's there or how to get rid of it, just sort of melts away when you clean up the way you eat, because you are what you eat. So don't be fast, cheap, easy, or fake. I love that saying. So the program that I created, it starts on Monday. And right now, you can save $30 early bird discount until tomorrow, Tuesday at midnight, and it's going back to regular price. But right now, it's $167. I feel like that's a great deal. 6 weeks program. You get a whole menu for the whole 6 weeks, the recipes, shopping list, and it's delivered by email. Each week there's a video that I created and a handout, sometimes little challenges and tips and tricks. And I am available through the whole thing online to support you through it if you have questions. There is a private Facebook group that I am very present in, and the others who are doing the program. And I'm always available by email, of course, as well. So for $167, it's a great deal to invest in yourself. If you're ready to make some changes, if you want to feel better in your body because you don't have the energy that you wish that you had, or you have some extra weight, if it's 15, 20, 30, or 100 pounds that you feel like you're carrying around extra, this is a great place to start. I like to meet you where you're at and make small changes. So if you're ready to change how you feel in your body, the tips I spoke about today are a great place to start, especially the hydrate one. Drinking water and staying hydrated makes you lose weight when your body is operating at its optimum form, because it has enough hydration to do so. So the biggest things you can do for your body is drink water and eat your greens. So if nothing else, you can start there. If you haven't picked a goal yet, either one of those are really great goals to work on. And if you are ready to make sustainable change, I am ready to support you. That is why I trained in nutrition, and I learned so much stuff that if you just don't know, you just don't know what you don't know. And so I have learned a lot, and I am ready to share, and I have helped clients already lose weight and increase energy And I'm super excited about this program I have created. I know it works. I've done it myself, and I am here. I'm here to help you. So I am going to email you the link for my signature wellness and weight loss program, so you can take a look. If you are ready, jump on this early bird discount. It is only available until tomorrow, Tuesday at midnight. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I really want to support you and make this change. I want to be part of a community that is happy and healthy. So I will leave that with you there, and I wish you the best day you can have, and don't forget to drink some water. That's it.